Nope, it did it again. That's weird. I can't see the comments on Instagram. That's really weird. Yeah, it's live on Instagram. I just can't, on my screens, I can't see the comments. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Thanks for tuning in to ARC 28. We are here. We are relaxing. We made it through another week. I don't know what you guys have had going on. Hopefully, all good stuff. But if it's been a rough week, you made it. And I'm glad you made it. And thanks for jumping in. I appreciate you guys very, very much. Well, thanks for jumping in, Aparlo. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're here. Very much glad you're here. We were live on Instagram as well, but there's been some issues with it, so I dropped Instagram. But we are still live on Twitch and YouTube tonight, so still working out some kinks and some bugs, but it's working. We're here. T-Dog might be lurking. He's playing Siege at the moment. You're about to start cleaning your bed off? Nice, Aparlo. What are you planning on playing? Siege or something else? Pat, how are you doing, my friend? Good to see you in here. I'm glad you jumped in as well. GTA 5, right on. I have been bouncing back and forth, off and on Siege throughout the day, and then Descenders. I am hooked on this mountain bike game. I have been for a while. It's just fun to jump into once in a while. But, yeah, it's all good. So how is everybody doing? Did you have a good week? Are you excited for the weekend? I do have a couple of things that we're going to kind of go over, talk about, discuss. It's been snowing all day. That was us earlier in the week. We have no snow now. Yesterday was super, super chaotic and windy. But that's kind of settled down now, and I think we're looking at getting some rain next. Yeah, not bad. It's, I don't know, mid-20s today. Not too bad. You went and made a snowman? That's awesome, Aparlo. We'll give it a little bit here and see who ends up jumping in. If you are jumping in on YouTube or on Twitch, make sure you say a hello. Let me know that you are here. I appreciate you all being here. For Twitch recap, OMG's were your most watched channel. Yeah, that's probably mine as well. It probably has been mine for the last 3 years. And I would say that that's kind of sad, but it's really not. Clearly, I love the OMGs. I have them tattooed on me. 222 hours. 3,713 chats sent. Wow. I don't even want to look at mine. So a couple little things. We'll just kind of jump into these really quick, and we can touch on them more a little bit later. But a couple of things to kind of keep in mind as we're going about our days, our weeks, whether it's good stuff, bad stuff, good weeks, bad weeks. Just like I said, just some things to kind of think about. Are you really living your life? And this is kind of coming from my own personal experiences. But are you really living your life, or are you living somebody else's expectations, somebody else's kind of checklist of what you should do? Or are you really living up to your own checklist in your own life? It's very easy to get caught up in what we think other people want us to do, or how they want us to act, what they want us to say, instead of, being true to ourselves and exploring who we really are. With everything that I've gone through in the last 8 months or so, I have this really deep curiosity of who I am and why I am, and where do I want that to take me. Do I want to just be in this kind of in between purgatory, this kind of in between where I'm not moving forward, I'm not moving backward, I'm just kind of stationary, I'm just existing? Or do I really want to live and move forward? Whose expectations are you trying to live up to? I've always reinvented myself to live up to other people's expectations. And I had different masks that I would put on depending on who I was around. So if I was around, my family, and different parts of my family got a different mask because that's who I thought they wanted me to be, and I didn't want to be more of a disappointment. I didn't want to let them down any more than I already had or felt that I already had. So I put on these masks. If I was at work, I was a different person. If I was out with my friends, I was another person. If I was out by myself, I was a completely different person. There's so many different masks and different versions. And with each mask, you cover up more and more of yourself. Every time you reinvent yourself, if you meet a new group of people, if you change locations, change jobs, you reinvent yourself. I tended to reinvent myself to meet what I thought everybody else wanted me to be. And every time you do that, you're covering up part of who you are and you're losing part of yourself. And then you throw in any type of mental health issues, chemical imbalances, addictions. You throw in trauma, loss, grief, things like that. And all of a sudden, you don't know who you really are. Especially when you throw in addiction and as part of that reinventing and those masks that you put on, self-medicating. Whether it's through drugs, alcohol, and drugs can be prescription or not. Now, I'm not saying that prescription drugs are bad by any means. Taking them inappropriately is. And that's what I mean by self-medicating. It's when you're abusing something. And when you really start to lose who you are, you lose direction, you lose that will to push forward and to keep going. You feel very crushed, very defeated, very small. And there are certain people in your life that may make you feel very small, very insignificant, sometimes intentionally, sometimes not. And that's where you have to make sure that you are staying true to who you are, being yourself. But you don't want to be rude and nasty about it either. And sorry for that hesitation. I was trying to find the right words to use. It's very easy to be firm in what you believe or in who you are, but to be very nasty and negative about it. Or you can be very positive, still keeping an open mind, because at any given point, none of us know everything. So keeping an open mind to change and to personal growth, but just being who you are, being true to where you are, being honest about where you're at in your life. And that's really hard, especially to be honest with yourself, with where you're at in your life. I always thought it was hardest to be honest with, especially my family. You got to think outside the box to get in the box. Work smarter, not harder. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I always thought it was hardest to be honest about who I was to my family. And what I've kind of found out over the last few months especially is, yes, at times my family is very judgmental. They're harsh. it's not intentional necessarily. Their hearts are often in the right place. It's their delivery that can be very hurtful and very upsetting, very hard. Um, and that's kind of caused me to hold things back and to hide things from them and to not be honest about who I am and true to myself when I'm around them. And that pushed me to be who they wanted me to be even more. And when things were really bad, I would put on a happy face and put on a mask and no, everything's great and I'm working on this and I'm trying to do this and this situation sucks, but I'm still doing this to make it better. And sometimes it was true, and sometimes it was not that it was necessarily a lie, but I wasn't giving them all of the details, so it was easy to say, no, everything's fine, when it really wasn't. Um, and what that's done is it damaged me because I couldn't be true to myself. I felt like I wasn't ever going to be good enough for anybody, so I had to be somebody else for everybody else. But it damaged those relationships. It builds trust issues. It builds, it creates a division. And that's something that you have to work to overcome. And it's not easy. Pat says, when he had a bad string of choices, felt ashamed of how his dad looked at him. I feel like I've gone through life not living up to the standard he taught me to strive for. Yeah, absolutely. Um, Parents especially. Parents and siblings are really hard to not, I don't want to say not give into, but to really be true to yourself around them can be very difficult. Parents, you get that look of disapproval. It's not even if they're upset with you, it's that disapproval. Oh, it just devastates you. And siblings are very much the same way. It's very, very hard, very difficult. So, just some things to kind of think about is, like I said, whose checklist are you living up to? Are you living your life? Are you being the best that you can be in this moment? And that's all you ever can do is just be the best you. Don't be the best who somebody else wants you to be. Be the best you. And let things evolve from there, and let that personal growth, build you up and help you progress and move forward. Parlo says, siblings with me, always babysitting your brother. Yeah, siblings are hard. Grandparents can be very difficult. I have some extended family, some aunts that and uncles and cousins that can be really difficult. They're very, very judgmental, and for basically my entire life, I've been or felt very outcast, very removed from them. That I was more of a burden. So I tended not to spend a lot of time with them. And that has carried through to today. And it's hard sometimes because I see them getting together. I hear about them doing things together. And I never really got that chance. I didn't get to do that. Now, it's a little bit harder as I've gotten older. I live halfway across the country. So when they do certain get-togethers and things, I'm not right there. So it's not like I can just jump in a car, drive 20 minutes, and spend time with them. It's a lot harder now. But there's a lack of interest that has come with that from them and from myself. I've kind of gotten to a point where I've just accepted it. It hurts at times still, but it is what it is. I don't wish ill on them. I hope they are living their best lives. But I'm not going to go out of my way to talk to them or to be who I think they want me to be when I've not gotten anything back from them. If that makes sense. So that was kind of a sidebar, but yeah, live with your best self. Be your best self. Be open and honest, especially to yourself. If you're struggling with your mental health, whether it's, we talked about this in the last stream, whether it's a temporary mental health struggle, so like losing a loved one, and everybody's going to go through moments of grief and depression, starting a new job, or attending a big conference, and the first time you have to get up and speak in front of everybody, there's anxiety with that. Everybody goes through moments of temporary struggles, depression, anxiety, things like that. And then you have your long term, which are your clinically, you're diagnosed, your chemical imbalances, and things like that. So I totally lost where I was going with that. But anyway, you guys get what I'm trying to say. Is just be honest about it with where you're at. Pat says, it's not the look. Voice in your head told me, yeah, I feel you. Wasn't making him proud. But after talking to him, he said he never felt that way. Yeah, so in Pat, you kind of bring up a really good point, and I talk about this quite a bit. RSD, rejection sensitive dysphoria. People with anxiety disorders, with autism, with ADHD, tend to create rejection, create these negative scenarios where people are mad at them, upset with them, don't like them, whatever the case is, and we're creating this rejection in places where it's not really there. You know, it's kind of like putting words into somebody's mouth. No, see, you know, Pat, I get what you're saying. So, for those of you on Twitch that can't see Pat's comments, Pat just said he took all the masks off, and sometimes the world can't handle him. And I used to feel the same way, but I'm starting to wonder if it's the other way around. I'm starting to wonder if I couldn't handle the world. It wasn't that the world couldn't handle me. I couldn't handle the world. And a lot of that was out of fear of not being good enough, fear of letting people down, fear of hurting somebody. And it wasn't that the world couldn't handle me. I couldn't handle that fear. I couldn't handle failing. So I put on so many different masks to be the best for everybody around me. Parlo says, had to take oral communication, had to talk in front of people. I was like, so I looked at one friend and pretended I talked to them. Yeah, absolutely. Public speaking is not easy, especially if you have anxiety disorders, autism, ADHD, things like that. Social settings can be very difficult. I tend to do like a Parlo. If I know somebody there, I tend to kind of talk directly to them. I'll still try to look around, but I'm actually not looking at anybody. I'm looking past everybody. They just don't know it. And even here, you know, I have Pat, who I've known for a large portion of my life. You know, Mrs. Jack Fry will jump in occasionally. Parlo, Bug, T-Dog, you know, I've known you guys for a year and a half, give or take. You know, you guys have all become familiar in various ways. But a lot of when I'm talking, you know, I'm in my mind, I'm talking to Mrs. Jack Fry. These are conversations that I would have with her. So I kind of, even though I'm behind the camera and she's not here, I'm pretending that I'm talking to her, and this is a conversation I would have with her, or a conversation that I might have with Pat, or, you know, public speaking is tough. There's Mrs. Jack Fry. I try not to. I try not to do the whole, you know, everybody's like, oh, pretend everybody's dressed as a clown, or pretend that, you know, everybody's in their underwear. Man, there's a lot of people that I wouldn't want to see in their underwear. Not gonna pretend that everybody I'm trying to talk to is in their underwear. There's a lot of people that are way too negative to be clowns. They're not cool enough. Sorry, but I don't want to see you as a clown. You'd be a scary clown. Mrs. Jack Fry is good. Parlo, she is over on YouTube. She's watching the stream over there. So the other issue you have when you're reinventing yourself, when you're putting on these masks and trying to pretend you're uh, a different person for different people, and trying to always live up to other people's expectations, their checklists, do what you think they want you to do. Like I said, you start to lose yourself. But even more than that, it's exhausting. Living a life where you constantly have to be somebody for everybody around, somebody different for everybody. It's exhausting. Parlo, it is youtube.com/ at ARKTWENTYEAGHT, just like in here, ARC28 spelled out. I'll type it in here. There you be. We had, at one point, a socials link, which I need to actually probably update these commands now, to include the website and everything else. But yeah, so it's very much exhausting when you're trying to be somebody to everybody else. From personal experience, I was self-medicating with, especially, with alcohol, and trying to numb past trauma and hurt and things that I had caused, things that other people had caused me. Hey, Aparlo's over on YouTube also. Thank you, Aparlo. I appreciate that. But yeah, it's I was doing all this, and this is really prior to Mrs. Jack Fry and I getting together, getting engaged, getting married. I would work one job that was very peaceful, very calm, and then I'd turn around and I'd go work at another job that was a bar. It was chaotic. And I would walk in the doors at the arcade, and I would drink from the minute I walked in the door until the minute I left. And to kind of give you guys an idea, I was there 6 to 7 days a week over the course of a few years. And I would get there between usually 10 in the morning or noon, sometimes earlier. And I was there until midnight, or between midnight and 2, depending on the night. Midnight and 2 a.m. And I was drinking the entire time. And when I wasn't working, I was hanging out with friends and jumping from group to group and meeting new people and trying to show them around, and basically running the downtown bar scene in a lot of ways. I ran in a very large group of people where at any given point I could walk into any bar and know a minimum of 5 to 10 people to drink with. Nice, Aparlo. And it was exhausting. It was utterly exhausting. At no point did I ever get a break to just be me. Unless I would take a night off or a day off, and I'd go hammock for, a few hours and hide out in the woods. And this is all, so most of you don't know, some of you do. I was married previously. It was a very toxic relationship. I'm not going to go into a lot of details with that, at least not at this point. I don't want to speak ill of anybody, or I don't wish ill on them. But it was a very bad relationship, very bad situation, which also led to a lot of my drinking and being on the go. I would get home drunk, but late enough. I was drunk so I could pass out and sleep right away, but it was late enough where I knew she would already be in bed. I was sleeping on a couch, and I would wake up after she left to go to work, and I'd go to work. And then I'd come home after she was already in bed, and I'd be drunk and pass out. It's not the way to live. But again, that's constantly reinventing yourself, constantly putting on masks, constantly being something for everybody else, and running from who you are and hiding who you are, leads you to that point. and you completely lose who you are. It breaks you as a person, and then you're left with just this empty shell, and you don't know who that person is anymore. You don't really know what makes you happy, what makes you sad. You don't know what being happy or sad really means anymore. It's devastating. And then that, in turn, affects the people around you that love you the most. Whether it's because you're pursuing a life of, toxic behaviors, more addiction, self harm, suicidal tendencies, or just lashing out and being a negative asshole. You get to this point where all you're doing is hurting yourself day in and day out and hurting the people around you that actually care and love you day in and day out. And thank God for Mrs. Jack Fry and how patient she was to see how broken I was, to see that she didn't have to fix me. She just needed to care, just needed to love me, just needed to be there when I needed to laugh or cry or yell or scream. That's different for me. I wasn't used to that. And part of that I wasn't used to it because I didn't have that. I didn't let anybody get close enough anymore. So it's really not a good thing to constantly put those masks on it, and that kind of circles back around to the original point of be true to who you are. Do what makes you happy, respectfully, legally, appropriately, of course. There's a moral compass that you still need to follow. And that moral compass it does vary a little bit. There are some harder, firmer yes or no truths versus some that are a little more wishy-washy. But ultimately, follow that moral compass. Be true to who you are. Always keep an open mind to learn, to grow, to change your own perspective. And that's where, like I said, I'm at this point now where I'm curious. I want to know who I am, why I am. Why do I have auditory stims, or why do I get the zoomies randomly and just shuffle my feet and fly through the house? Or I make weird noises. Why am I always barefoot? Why doesn't cold bother me? It's not all this emotional, mental thing. A lot of it is physical. Why doesn't cold bother me? Why do I walk through snow barefoot? I'm learning about myself again and finding myself. Finding parts of me that I had lost years ago. And it's exciting. It's hard sometimes. There's some really hard realizations where you're like, ooh, okay, I lost that part of me. It could probably be lost again. I don't like it. But that's where you get to learn, grow, and change from it. So that is my big rant, my big topic for tonight. At least for right now, we'll get into some other things as we go. But again, happy Friday, everybody. Thank you all for being here. I love you all. In case you were wondering, the tattoo is healing fabulously. And now, on to the rest of the show. What else is new, everybody? Whoa. My stream is freaking out. Uno momento, por favor. I don't know what's going on. But anyway. We are going to the live scene. Uh-oh. I'm stuck. So I was playing this game the other night. It's awesome. We love it. But I found a whole bunch of new courses. If anybody has ever watched Wipeout, they have Wipeout courses that are awesome. I just realized somehow I have multiple. I don't know what my game is doing, or my stream is doing, everybody. It's being weird. Anyway. It's being really weird. Yeah, so there are a lot of really cool courses now. I completed this one once. I was super excited. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate you. How are you doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. Here we go again. Over and over again. Nope. Doing absolutely amazing. That is wonderful to hear. I love it. How was the rest of your week? I guess we're going to write on the inside of that. I made an awesome dinner tonight that I am very proud of. Ow. I can't believe I'm playing this game again, or this course again. I was so excited when I beat this one section that you'll see if I can get to it. That I actually like ran through the house. I was so excited about it. It went well Tuesday. That's good. This is going to drive me nuts. All right, we're starting this all over. I meant since Tuesday? Gotcha. Good, I'm glad it went well. It's always nice when weeks just go smooth, isn't it? I don't know how I made that. Oh, this is going to drive me nuts, guys. You want a game that's going to give you anxiety? Here you go. That would have been it too. No. Oh, come on, guys. We got this, right? Nope. It's almost there. I know what part of the issue is. We're going to start this over in just a second here. I don't know what it's doing. Haven't had a happy moment in the last 9 years, but Tuesday changed that. What changed it for you on Tuesday? What was that big breakthrough that happened? Curious. I'm glad it happened, but I'm curious as to what caused it. Oh, I started late. Oh, it's going to be a long night of this, guys. There we go. Whoa. Mood stabilizer? Gotcha. Hey, Sarah, how are you? Welcome in. Thanks for jumping in. I'm glad you're here. You made it. How was your day? Michaela, isn't it awesome when you finally find something, whether it's a medication, a hobby, whatever, when you finally find something that works, it's just awesome. Uh-oh, that's going to hurt. Yep, that one too. No, 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 no. Get up there. Uh-oh. Uneventful. Uneventful is not necessarily a bad thing. Not good. Oh no. Really? Guys, this is killing me. Uh-oh, that's not a good spot to spawn at. Okay, now we're good. Uh-oh. Oh, God. We're going for it. Yeah, uneventful's, like I said, uneventful's not necessarily a bad thing. It's better than chaotic and stressful and... Oh, no. Oh, no, I forgot to put a spawn point. Oh, no. Alright, here's the real question, guys. Should I go through this part, or should I cheat and cut off a whole section of the map? I mean, shortcuts can be fun, right? If I can get it. I know how to do it. We'll do it this way. Oh no. Oh no. Whoa. Oh no. Oh no, I was almost there. Okay. Oof. This is the part, guys, that I spent hours on. That I got so excited for when I finally passed it. And I don't know if I can do it again. Oh, I was almost there. So Sarah's had a mellow day, uneventful day. Michaela's having a great week, honestly, which is awesome to hear. What about everybody else? Parla must be having a good day. Oh, that was almost it, guys. Nope. Oh, I was almost there. You guys don't know how utterly frustrating this can be. And if you have anxiety, don't watch this. It gives me more anxiety just playing it. It's terrible. Oh, that was good. Not good. The mechanics of this are a little strange, too. They don't... Gravity and things don't work quite the way that they should. Nope. Oh, that was the perfect lineup. No. Oh, no. I don't know if I can spend hours doing this again. I hope it stays that way for you too. Like I said, finding the right medications, the right hobbies, the right whatever it takes, just to get your head clear and for you feeling better. It's such an amazing feeling. It really is, and it's hard. It's hard to find those. I have been on I can't tell you how many different medications throughout the years, and oh, I did it. Woo! Some of them work, some of them don't. Yeah, it's frustrating. Oh no, that was so good too. That didn't work. No. Hey, I'll take that as a win. Ow. Smacked in the head as I'm waiting. Guys, that is... We're getting close to the finish line. Nope. That was bad. That was bad. Not good. Oh. First one is the one that's working. That's good. Hopefully it stays that way. Like I said, I've been on quite a few different medications over the years, and unfortunately, none of them have worked 100% for me. Some didn't work at all. That's a win, guys. I am so happy with that. Only took 11 minutes and 40 seconds. I spent hours playing this before. No, Sarah. So you're watching on YouTube. I'm also live streaming on Twitch. So most of the people are over on Twitch. Aparlo is lurking in both, and Mrs. Jack Fry is in, and I think Pat might still be in YouTube as well. Thank you, Michaela. All right, Michaela, real question. I now know you by, I think, 3 or 4 different names between different channels and everything. What do you want us to call you or refer to you as? Like me, you guys already know as Jack Fry or as Andre. So either one is fine for me. But I want to make sure if you don't want to be Michaela or Lemon or whatever, just let me know. Well, whichever you prefer is what we shall use for you. Either one works? Okay. Well, by default, I'm probably going to go with Michaela just because that's how I first met you. So it's just kind of ingrained into my head. But if that ever bothers you and you want to change that, just let me know. Let's check out Snowman's Ball. I've never been here. Sarah, I didn't ask. You don't have to give details, obviously, in here. Your doctor's appointment, did it go good? Whatever it was for. I hope it went good. I got stuck in snow. I'm so confused by this. What did that say? Oh, I'm stuck in snow again. Oh my. Ow. Their directions don't really work. That one did. Whoa. Nope. Is that really it? Oh no. Okay. Uh-oh. Alright, we don't like this course. Been on a lot of things, but you feel this is working the best. That's good. And, honestly, just from personal experience, don't be surprised if that changes over the course of your life. Your own body as you change and as you grow older, things like that, can change. So medications that you're on at one age may not work down the road. You also build up tolerances to things. So if you have to increase doses, or there's a lot that goes into it. So just make sure that you're staying on top of it and being very mindful of how you're feeling on a day-to-day basis. And if you ever feel like they're not working in one day or in one moment, don't just throw it out the window, and don't just jump right on the phone with your doctor and be like, oh, these aren't working anymore. Keep track of it. Write it down. Say, hey, on this day, this happened. I don't think these are working. And see if there's a pattern over a few days or in between doctor's appointments. When you do go see your doctor, then mention that and show them what you've kind of been keeping track of. Sarah can tell me more about it later. Yeah, absolutely. Feel free to message or text me anytime. But yeah, you don't want to give up too soon, but you don't want to drag it out forever either and be on a medication that just isn't working for months or for years, just because you get frustrated or defeated constantly trying new ones or whatever the case is. So just always stay mindful of where you're at, how you're feeling. Take it from the old guy. Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely bad days, whether you're on medications or not. And I think that's something that a lot of people forget about. Is just because you're on a medication doesn't mean that you're magically cured or that every day is all of a sudden going to be perfect and wonderful and better. Because it's not. That's just not reality. I wish it was. It would be awesome if it worked that way. But life is still life. You're going to have good days. You're going to have bad days. Medications hopefully minimize the extreme lows when you're having bad days, and mellow out some of the extreme highs. Shut up, you're not old. Well, thanks, Sarah. I appreciate that. I knocked over my goldfish. Um, but yeah, and we talked about it a little bit on Tuesday. It's that pendulum effect. You know, you never want to have that pendulum swinging too far in either direction. You know, if bad is over here, and you know this is the farther you go this way, the worse it gets, and then good is over here, and the farther you go here, you're on that high. Everything is wonderful and great, and you know nothing can go wrong. Well, at some point, that pendulum has to swing back, and the farther out it is here, the farther it's going to swing back over toward the bad. So you really want to try to minimize that swing and keep it a little bit closer. You never want to be completely neutral where you're not feeling any good or any bad, but just find that happy medium of, okay, I can feel good things, I can be happy and excited, but I can also have bad days but tolerate them, I can manage them. Yeah, Prozac did not work for me as well. I know quite a few people that have been on it and it works wonders. Was not good for me by any means. Yeah, it was really not good. And I've been on, I can't even list them all. Amitriptyline and Zyprexas and generic versions of this and that, and have been on ADHD medications, anti-anxieties, antidepressant. Parlo with the hug. Thank you. Love you, Parlo. I love the hugs. You know what we haven't tested in a while is to see if the commands are still working. There they are. Michaela, how did I know that you were going to play that? I was trying to beat you to one of them. I love it. It's such a good song.
Or dog, pig, dog, pig, dog, pig, pig, dog. Loaf of bread. System error.
Loaf of bread. Error. That one's... have you guys seen that movie? Mitchell's vs. the Machines. It's fantastic. If you've not seen it, I highly recommend it. It's such an awesome movie. You have not? It is fantastic. I made Mrs. Jack Fry watch it the other night. It's so good. I think it was on Netflix, if you have Netflix. Fell from the OMGs. We could absolutely do that. You're in the Discord. Drop it in the suggestions area. Ooh, that was close. I'm also thinking about having an Arc 20 night game night, or Arc 28 game night. Um, so drop some suggestions for games in there as well. Whether it's multiplayer or like where there's can be 40 of us preoccupied with your kid. Don't be sorry. Kids come first. That is not a problem. Ooh, I made it. Yeah, I'm not sure what games we're gonna play yet. I was thinking about Human Fall Flat. I really like fighting games, Tekken, things like that. Of course, there's Rainbow Six Siege and Halo, all sorts of stuff. But might do that some night. And honestly, I was almost thinking about having a movie night. We're going to be doing once a month or so. We're going to be doing the Mystery Science Theater night with one of my friends. He's going to come over. We're going to watch a movie, make fun of the movie, just for some laughs and just random streams that way that you guys will be able to be a part of. But I was thinking about maybe doing an actual movie night where I just put up a movie, we stream a movie, and watch something. I have lots of ideas, guys. Too many. Halo's always good. If we're going to do a Halo night, I think I would want to coordinate with Stealthy Iceman, because he absolutely loves his Halo. We're going to cut through the rest of this. I got what I needed. Hopefully I don't crash. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I hate this view. We're okay. We're going to make it. Finish line's right there. Movie night sounds amazing. Okay. And we'd probably watch some older, like the classics. Princess Bride, Labyrinth, Willow. But it'd be fun. You guys could tune in. I would still probably put my camera up in the corner. So we can, still type and talk. But just have a movie going. It'd be kind of fun. Webcam was frozen. Oh, but it's back? Okay, good. It's back. I can stream any game that I can play on Xbox, PS3, PS4, Nintendo Switch, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega, N64, and PC. In other words, yes, if I get one of those games, I can stream them. I could also potentially do some live streaming of in-person pool, darts, whatever, for more IRL streams, which we will be getting into as ARC grows. I've got some cooking streams lined up and things like that as well. DBD, we could have a DBD night. That could be fun. So as much as I'm here to talk about mental health with you guys, sometimes we don't want to get into the heavier, harder stuff, and it's nice to just break it up once in a while and have an interactive game night. I don't mind playing games like this on stream because it's fun. I don't really have to pay attention to it. I can't really play Siege while we're trying to talk mental health because I want to be able to switch over to my face cam and actually really have a heart to heart, and I can't pause that. This is a game I can pause, I can crash, it doesn't really matter. Play doubles with the OMGs. Are you talking like in-person real life doubles? If that's the case, we wouldn't necessarily be able to make that happen. The OMGs are spread across the country. We all don't live in the same location. So it's a little hard to do that. There are video game ones that I could look into and potentially see how that goes. Honestly, I want to get together with a couple of the OMGs and play some old school fighting games, like some old Mortal Kombat or the original Tekken games. But for the most part, they're not really into 8-Ball app on the phone. Yeah, I could get into it on the phone. That would take a little bit more with this setup, but I could do that. They would have to have it as well, obviously. But it's a possibility. Yeah, the OMGs are generally into more of like FPS games, first-person shooters. I play a little bit of everything. I was thinking about, I've been going through Borderlands again. I'm thinking about doing a, what's it called? Kingdom Hearts playthrough. I'm a huge, huge Kingdom Hearts fan. Well, I guess we're going up here now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're way off course. I'm sure there is one for the Wii, but again, it would be something they would all have to have. Harder to link up. And with their schedules, it's tough to coordinate sometimes. You're on the lowest dose? Okay, that's really good. That gives you room to go up and down depending on... Sounds good, Sarah. Have a good night. I will check in with you a little bit later tonight or tomorrow, and we will talk about things a little bit more. But thanks for jumping in. I appreciate it. I will send you the schedule. Make sure you check out the website as well, www.ark-28.com. Yeah, Michaela, having room to go up and down in medications is it's always a good thing. And don't be surprised if you go up and it works for a while and then they want to bring you down or add another medication into it. Just make sure whatever doctor you're going to, or if you're going to multiple doctors and you're on multiple medications, that they are communicating to each other when they want to add or remove or change something. Drug-on-drug interactions can cause some major, major issues. So be really careful with that. Most doctors are good about it, but not always. So just something to be aware of. Think about. Oof. Which, with today's technology and... it's not like they've got to send a written letter through the mail or even a fax. With emails and text and everything that is so instant, it's amazing how hospitals and doctors sometimes still just can't seem to get their communication right. It's wild. It really is. But then again, I guess I don't always have the same. I don't always have the best communication. I kind of have the same issue. I think text people all the time. Somebody can send me a text, and I will think about the response. I may even start typing it, and then something will distract me, and all of a sudden, I don't remember what I was going to say to them, or I just don't text them back at all. I never hit send. And I do that so often. I really do it a lot when I'm struggling. Oh, I don't know how I saved that. So you're psych only for meds? Yeah. Yeah, so for a while I had a psych and a therapist. I've had some where my psych was my therapist, which is nice to have it all in one. But then if you have any physical health issues going on, you throw in another doctor and other medications and issues. It's communication. It's all it needs to be. Do 2 front flips. I think I can manage that. Ooh. Oh no. Well, I lied. I guess I couldn't manage it. There we go. Uh-oh, way off course. Not good. Yes, Pat, I did. Uh, Intrusive thoughts, I guess? I don't know. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Get on there. Oh, thank you. Oof. That was close. Intrusive thoughts. I can't help it. I'm doing good. Been doing really good. Kind of like I was saying Tuesday, it's really good to be clear-headed and back, little by little, just feeling more and more like myself. Um, I'm enjoying cooking again, and it's just good. It's good to be streaming again. Um, I missed Arc 28. I missed even just being in the OMG chats and modding for them. I miss playing with them as well. Oh no, that's a tree. But overall, I am very good. That guy just went flying by me off the course. Kind of like I'm doing right now off the course. Oh no, there's a loop. Oh, wow, I made it. But yeah, overall, I'm doing very good. Thank you for asking. I really appreciate that. I still have my anxious moments. Some of them are when I'm just sitting at home doing nothing. Um, I'll get in my head, get in my thoughts a little bit too much, and that gets a little hard sometimes. But overall, I'm doing good. I struggle right now, especially because I'm not self medicating and things like that. I struggle with patience sometimes. Um, Patience with myself, along with patience with other people. So I tend to get frustrated very easily right now, but that's part of the healing process and rediscovering who I am and just being comfortable with that again. So it's going to take some time, but it's good. That kind of goes back into that curiosity again, you know. So, well, everybody, I am going to go get a drink. We are going to take a short break. We are about halfway through our stream tonight, give or take, depending on how things go. Um, and I do have to put a little bit more lotion on the tattoo. So I'm going to go do that. But don't go anywhere. Stick around, and I will be right back. Now rediscovering who I am. Yes, leave that there. Pin that comment. Something. I will be back. We will keep talking about rediscovering who you are. I think it's very important for all of us, whether you've gone through something major or you're just living your best life. Rediscovery is very important. We'll get back to that. But don't go anywhere. We'll see you guys in a few. And we're back. Thanks for hanging out and waiting, everybody. Pat says, okay, we're going back just a little bit here. Pat says, I think some of the mental health problems our generation is from the movies we watch, like Pet Sematary and the Final Destination series. Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, I was watching Chucky, Friday the 13th, Goosebumps, Are You Afraid of the Dark? We had some really twisted stuff. And then, Michaela, back to the rediscovering yourself. Yeah, it's important to constantly be, and I use this word a lot right now, mindful of where you're at and how you're feeling and what you've got going on so that you can try to stay in a constant state of rediscovery or discovery. Some of it's new discoveries. But you kind of always want to be analyzing and figuring out where you're at and what you're learning, how you're growing, in what direction you want that growth to take you or what direction the growth is taking you. Sometimes you can't necessarily control where it's taking you. It just takes you. And you're just there along for the ride. So it's definitely important to be a part of that, though, and to be cognizant, aware of it. Parlo's lurking, gonna go get food. What kind of food are we getting? Every time I see a log truck, I'm like, run! Yeah, for real. The first time after watching that, I had to drive behind a log truck like that was really uncomfortable, to say the least. Well, that's a tree right off the bat. That's fantastic. I have to finish this race without letting go of the accelerator. But you can't control, where you're going and what you're hitting. This is not going to end well, guys. Let's just go slow and forget the extra point at this time. We're just gonna coast on down like this. Oh no, tree. Camper. No campers. Campers aren't good. We don't hit campers. We also don't hit trees. Nope, no campers, no campers. Okay. We're good. We're safe. Taco Bell, nice. Always a good and a bad choice all at the same time. How is the finish line way over here? I'm so confused. You mean there was a better way to come down the hill? Oops. Or the Ferris wheel? Yep. Yeah, discovery is a huge thing. Like I said, it's how you figure out who you are and what you want, where you want your life to go. If you're never looking at that and you're always just... I don't want to say just living in the moment, because you're not really living at that point. You're not really living in the moment. If you're just existing as you are and never trying to grow or change or learn, you become stagnant. And that can be a very, very miserable way to live your life. Let's do a front flip through here. Oh, no. Let's not do a front flip through there. I'm the Lorax, yes. Oh, Aparlo, I'm going to have to find this video and send it to you now that you said this. It's basically making fun of the Lorax. And it's really funny. It's really cheesy. I'll have to find it and send it to you. Guys, this game is not going so well. I don't think I'm going to make it through this level or through this stage. Oh, I made it. I don't know how. Oh, treat. All right, everybody. What is the most recent new movie that you guys have watched? Whether you watched it in theaters or if it was a straight to Netflix release, anything like that. Mufasa. How was Mufasa? I've not seen it. Mrs. Jack Fry, her mom and I went and saw Moana 2. Which was good. Haven't watched a movie in a long time. I watch way too many movies and way too many TV shows. Speaking of which, if anybody's looking for TV shows to binge, let me know. We have lots of them. It does kind of look like that. It is not. This is Descenders. It was a free game that I played with my nephew a few years ago when I was visiting them back home, and we had a lot of fun, and then I found it on my Switch. So I started playing it on the Switch, and then I found out that they had it still on here for free, so I was like, I gotta get it. Red one was good. It's weird, but it's good. Trying not to cry. Now you understand why Scar was so mad at Mufasa. Okay. I will have to watch it. Like I said, I've not seen it yet, so... Transformers, the new one. I've not seen that one yet either. The last two movies I saw in theaters would have been Moana 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine, which was fantastic. I appreciate you not spoiling it for me. I will watch it. I will be watching it soon, I'm sure. Oh, let's not do that. Bouncy castle time. Whee! It bounced me out. Not cat. Dogs. And no, none of the dogs are in the doggo cam, unfortunately. They are all in with Mrs. Jack Fry. Wrong one. There we go. Or not. There it is. Yep. Both of the dog beds are empty. But if you're dying to see one of the dogs, I'm sure that there is an olive juice that would love to come in and say hi to everybody. So if that is a necessary request, let me know, and I'm sure I can call her and she'll come running. Last movie you've seen... Okay. Yeah, I don't go out to the movies as often. let's see here. In order from most recent to older, the last, I think, 3 movies that I've seen. Last 4 movies would have been in theaters anyway. Moana 2, Deadpool and Wolverine, Suicide Squad, and Deadpool 2. So 4 movies in the last however many years. I don't get out to the movies very often anymore. Oh, no, I didn't make it. All right, let's get a little in here. Hang on. I will be right back. Say hi. Oh, say hi, Olive. Say hi, Olive. You say hi, everybody? Oh. Oh, Olive. What? You say hi? Hi. Put her bear on. Hi. I say hi. You want your teddy bear on? Our oldest is 10 or 11. She's the youngest, and she is, I think, 5 or 6 now. Say hi. Oh, hi. Hi. She might be a little camera. She's also very, very snuggly and lovey. Hi. Yeah, we have 11. I think 7 and 5, something like that, or 6. No, yeah, 7, 7, and 6. I think. Yeah. You want the bear costume? All right, I'll put her bear on. I will be right back. Okay, let's show everybody the Boo Boo Bear. Here's the Boo Boo Bear. Okay, put your little hood up. She does not want to put her hood up. And then it's got a little bear butt. You have 14, 3, wait, whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 6 dogs? That is awesome. I would have 6 or 10 or 20, but Mrs. Jack Fry would kill me. None of yours? Okay. And I would have penguins and snakes and lizards and basically every animal I could get my hands on. They don't age, yeah. Parents have 4, older brother has 2. Gotcha. If I had room, it would just be endless. I would never stop getting animals. Love snakes. Snakes are awesome. I would love to have any type of snake, honestly. Reptiles are cool. I would love to have a chameleon. Iguanas and bearded dragons are awesome as well. Turtles are cool. Frogs. All animals are cool. If I'm being honest. But penguins. Penguins are my favorite. I don't know how I landed that. I am going way too fast to control. There we go. I love all animals, but penguins definitely are my favorite. Mrs. Jack Fry will tell you, I have lots of penguins. Penguins are just cool. And funny enough, we always associate penguins with cold weather, but the majority of penguin breeds actually live in temperate climates. Not cold weather. Oof, finish within 40 seconds. Okay, we're gonna try. We're also gonna go off course a lot. Oh, that's a tree. Oh no. Oh no. This was a bad idea. Really bad idea. That's a really bad idea too. Oh god. going way too fast. There we go. Uh-oh. Tree. Uh-oh. God. Oh, man. Did I make it? Oh, I made it. Whew. That was hard. Mrs. Jack Fry's favorite animal is manatees, which we are going to see in a few months, which is super exciting. Manatees are like, I mean, other than they're just sea cows, they are the sweetest, gentlest animal. It's so crazy. Like, even the alligators don't mess with them. I just think that's really, really interesting. Because alligators will mess with anything else. I'm tired, guys. Ugh. Uh-oh, off course again. Crash. Oh, you guys aren't watching. Why didn't anybody tell me live scene? Oh, no. I've been sitting here racing for no reason. You did? I totally didn't see it. I'm so sorry. I'm excited. I get to see you guys tonight for these few hours, and then tomorrow is our first Saturday stream, and that will be at 12 p.m., so noon Mountain Time. So depending on where you are from and what you have going tomorrow, make sure you tune in and at least come and say hello. Spread the word. If Saturday daytimes don't seem to do too good for us, we may change it, but that is tentative for now. But I'm excited. It should be fun. I don't have many lives for this, but see if I can do it in 6 lives. I've never made it to the top on this. I've come close. But never actually made it all the way to the top. Oops, I went the wrong way. Oh no. I didn't realize I had to turn up there. That's why I've never made it to the top, apparently. Well, that was a good run for the first time. Uh-oh. Not good, guys. Not good. Oh no. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no. Oh. Oh, I'm supposed to jump off and then go over and up. Okay. Well, at least now I know where I'm supposed to go. I just have to get back up there. Oh, no. Oh, no. Did I ruin my one chance to finally finish the construction site? There's a troll in his chat? Oh, no. What's he doing? Okay. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, guys. That makes me very sad. I was so close. So very, very close. At least I didn't die. Honestly, the first few times I tried to do this course, I had a really hard time with it. But I didn't know all of my controls that well and like how to do things. So those courses I was playing earlier that's like, oh no, the Wipeout courses, those made a huge difference. What's up, brother? How you doing tonight? Or today for you, I think. Daytime for you now? Oh, don't you love people like that? Well, good morning to you. And how are you on this fine, for you, morning? Thanks for jumping in. As always, I love when you're here. I appreciate you. Whew, okay, here we go. Oh no, guys. Oh, that was so close. No, it's only 8:56, so 9 o'clock p.m. on Friday night. Oh, guys, that was so close to the end. I don't know if I can do it with my last life. We're going to try, though. Nope. Dude, it is a very stressful game at times. I love it. But yes, it will definitely give you some anxiety. So, yeah, we're starting the weekend off with some Arc 28. And we have a stream coming tomorrow afternoon at noon. It'll be our first Saturday daytime stream. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it brings in some more people and we can get Arc really growing. And if it doesn't seem to work for us, then we will adjust to another time. Oh, right into a rock. Yeah, so I think it'll be something like 15 hours from now we'll be streaming again. I think that's right, if I did math correctly. I don't math. Yeah, I think that's right. 15 hours. And Shadow, you're the first one that has let me know that you found the hidden page in the website. So super cool that you found that. Keep an eye on the webpage too, because there are some changes that are going to be coming soon. Adding some new things, so. A computer tuition for kids and people of all ages. That's cool. Tuition meaning you would provide computers for them or to them? Oh, I should be doing front flips here. Oops. Ouch. Like old school. Oh, very cool. So you're talking more like computer lessons. Very, very cool. Don't be nervous. Do it. If you are feeling called and led to do it, then I say you just go for it. Give it everything you got. I don't even know what that was supposed to be. Yeah, I totally think you should. while you're at it, would you teach my dad how to use a computer more? Because I've been his personal tech support and geek support for, way too long. It's time for somebody else to take over my job. The Curse of the Introvert. Yes. It will be challenging, but rewarding to push yourself to a new limit. To do something that's out of your comfort zone, and it'll create some personal growth in you, and that's always exciting. We were actually talking about that earlier. Just constantly evaluating where you're at in your life and rediscovering or discovering who you are, what you are, why you are, and where you want your growth to take you. So I think that's fantastic. You know, in a lot of ways, it's not unlike what I'm doing here. This is out of my comfort zone. It's not normal. It's weird. It's very difficult to, especially when we don't have a lot of people or anybody watching streams. It's very hard to keep talking. But it's good for us to get out of that comfort zone and just be patient with yourself. If you find you're starting to really struggle or get nervous, even if it's during a class, excuse yourself for a few minutes. Step away, take a breath. There's nothing wrong with doing that. I feel like I'm going way too fast. You would love to? Oh, I wouldn't put that on anybody. It's actually not too bad. It used to be a lot worse. No thanks needed. I'm just here to give my perspective on things. Can't always say it's going to be the right perspective, but yeah, like I said, I would go for it and just give yourself grace, give yourself patience and love while you're exploring a new path. Don't rush it, but don't be stagnant. I know that kind of counters each other, but set a goal for yourself, make it realistic and obtainable. And if you don't reach it within whatever time frame, don't give up, but reevaluate where you're at. Maybe there's a different path to get to the same end. And like I said, if you're in the middle of a class, and nobody's going to fault you, you can even be honest with the class as it starts and just say, hey, this is new for me. I get nervous, ask for their feedback. But just say, hey, I need a minute to step away for a second, clear my head. If you start to... I stutter when I get nervous. I stutter in general anyway, but especially when I get nervous, I tend to lose my train of thought and stutter a lot. So slow yourself down, take a breath. If you're into meditation, tapping, EFT, affirmations, anything like that, some of those things you can do, or the breathing techniques, you can do some of that even in the class. Give them maybe an assignment or something so that you don't have to necessarily be talking right in that moment. And then take a second to just breathe in through the nose, hold it for a second, and then breathe out. I have both introvert and extrovert qualities at various times. It can be difficult But I also noticed a lot of my being an extrovert was a form of trauma response and a coping skill as a way to hide and, again, put on that mask and be who I thought other people wanted me to be or needed me to be, whatever the case is. Um, you it's like somebody that's really confident, but their confidence is actually a way to cover and hide their own insecurities. Oh, let's not hit a tree, please. Thank you. Oh, I need to do one more thing for you. You are here. You missed her earlier. Olive was on screen in her little bear costume. I will go get her. Just for you, because I know she is your favorite. You love them all, but... Here's her little bear. For when it gets cold outside, has a little bear butt. Say hi. Okay, let's take it off. You're a little warm. She also has a penguin sweater, a little pink hoodie. I think we've got another little jacket for them as well. There you go. Good girl. But I had to go get her just for you. Because I know she is your favorite. Alright, here we go at the construction site again. Only have 5 lives. Have a good night, Michaela. Thank you again for jumping in as always. And hope to see you tomorrow afternoon. If not, we will see you again Tuesday. You'll be there? Awesome. Love to hear it. Alright, if you're not going to go, I'm going. Uh-oh. Not good. I think that was a bad camera angle for me. And that was a good run, too. Uh-oh, not good. That's interesting to note, though. If I'm going to crash before I crash, it looks like I can reset it and it doesn't use up a life. So that's good to know. Oh, I love the little penguin. There we go. I don't normally like this camera view, but it does help on this one. Okay. I did it. Oh, you guys don't know how good that feels. But now I don't really know what to do. I've already reached the top. I don't know how to leave this course, I guess. that didn't do it. I made it to the top. Now I don't know where to go. I don't want to stay at this course. Oh. It would have been nice if I saw this before. And I unlocked a bonus level. That's exciting. So what else is going on in your beautiful, wonderful, amazing lives? Not a whole lot else is new here. You guys have kind of heard the stories and the struggles and the rehab, and now we're just enjoying being curious. We're enjoying the curiosity of self-discovery and growth. Cooking again, which is always fun to do. I made a really good pasta dish tonight. Dead. Want to know more about me? Ask away. I am an open book. You guys know that. My week was good. Had some moments of doggo frustration. So as part of ARC 28, what I'm really trying to stick to doing is creating more content in between streams. Short videos for various social medias, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of that stuff. So some of it'll just be words on a screen, pictures, whatever the case is. But then some of them are going to be filmed live in a sense. So, you know, me in the video, whether I'm in front of a green screen or outside, whatever. They'll just be little shorts. But I was trying to record a couple of those, and our oldest dog, Clover, decided that she didn't want to be quiet. So every chance I got to hit record, she was there just howling and talking, and she's very vocal. She just wanted attention, wanted to go inside, or wanted to go outside, and as soon as I would let her outside, she'd want to come in and bark. So that got a little frustrating, especially yesterday. Because in every video, you could hear her. and she just would not be quiet. So, so I've had some moments of frustration and anxiety. I think I was telling everybody earlier too. I found that I struggle sometimes right now with patience for other people, for dumb situations. I have no patience for unintelligent people. Bad drivers drive me crazy. No pun intended. But it's all stuff that, before was an issue, but because I was self-medicating and keeping everything so numb, it wasn't as big of an issue. But now that I'm not self-medicating, now that I'm not numbing feelings and emotion, it's a learning process. I'm learning to, in a sense, to feel again. So it's good, but it is difficult at times. Gotta let her be in the stream. I actually took the big dog bed out of the stream room, the one she would normally lay on, not because I didn't want her in here, but I was creating a better spot for her to lay with us out in the living room. I basically put that bed kind of like an ottoman would go by a couch, and I put her bed there so that she can lay on that. Well, Mrs. Jack Fry and I and the other dogs are all curled up on the couch, so we're all close together. So, but we will have another dog bed in here for her that she can lay in. And she's always welcome in the stream, just when I'm trying to make content videos. She could be a little quieter sometimes. What else you got for me? So other than that, my week was good. We've had some good meals. I've been really just kind of enjoying being back to ARC. It's really good to be back at this and to have all of you guys in here. We're smaller than we were when ARC kind of stopped before, unfortunately, but I get it. It was a big break when I was full-time with the OMGs, so it's going to take some time to get it back up there. I'm counting on you guys to spread the word about ARC to friends, family, whoever. Share the website, share the social medias, whatever it takes. I can't get this to grow without you guys. I need all of us are part of this community. ARC isn't just me for me, it's all of us. It's a community. We're a family. All the puppies and the fries. Yeah, we actually, now that I think about it, that's a good... We don't have a picture of Mrs. Jack Fry and I and the 4 dogs. I don't know if we could get them to sit still enough for that, but I think it'd be worth trying. True that. Yeah, I mean, really, guys, this is... Yes, it's a program that I started in a sense, but it really is about the community and being there for each other. It's about you guys. I'm here to share my experiences and give you guys a raw, in-person look at what's going on or what it might be like to struggle with mental health. But ultimately, this is a community. It's a safe place for all of us where we can just be ourselves. We don't have to put on those masks and try to be somebody else. We can just be. And that's a really good feeling to have a place like that. At least it is to me. That was odd. So, I guess, in a sense, what I'm saying is this will only be as big as we all want it to be. What are some of the numerical goals? So I wrote we can call it a check. Let me go back to this one. I wrote down a set of goals for ARC 28, where by the end of 2025, where I would like to see it. Now, I'm not saying that if I don't get to those goals specifically, that ARC is just going to go away. If I'm close to them, we'll keep going. If I'm not close to them, then it might be one of those, maybe it's time to reevaluate and take a different path to keep this going and to meet those goals and to make it happen. There's a lot of moving parts that are going to be going into ARC, and at any point in time, one of those moving parts could fail or take off. So, with that being said, by the end of 2025, what I would like to see for ARC 28 is on any given social media platform, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, YouTube. I would like to see around 3,000 followers. And I can't say all social medias combined, because obviously you have people that are going to follow all of them or multiple. So I would like to see 3,000 followers on a single social media. Like I said, Twitch, Instagram, X, YouTube, Facebook. And that's kind of really my biggest goal. I would like to have one or two sponsors. They don't have to be monetary sponsors. What I'm looking at right now are ambassador programs. So I would get a code that you could use as viewers to go to whatever company, and you would receive a small discount using that code. So I'm working on a couple of those things. Those are kind of behind the scenes. I'm not going to say what companies yet, but they are in the works. So, and then after that, it's just kind of let it grow organically. This kind of, like I was saying before, this is up to you guys too. How big do you want this? I'm here, I'm available, but it's up to you guys to help share and spread this to meet those goals and to make it happen. I'm not looking at subscribers and a financial income from this. I'm not doing it for that. If anybody feels that they want to donate, there is a donation button. There are the subscribe buttons. There's a Amazon wish list, things that will help grow or help me do things in my community, to spread the word of ARC and to spread the message of love and kindness and mental health. I would like to see a lot of those being done. I would like to be out in my community more and in live streaming some of it. I've got a lot of things in my head, a lot of things planned, a lot of things envisioned. It's just figuring out how to make it happen, how to see it come to fruition. Got his own plans for ARC. Yeah, it just is what it is. It's ARC is going to be whatever it's going to be. It really, and this is where it's a community. I call it a program, but to me, it's not just a program. It's not just a live stream. It truly is a way of life. ARC 28 is, because it is a community, because it is that way of life, it's a living, breathing organism in a sense, that needs to be nurtured and fed, and I want to see it grow organically. I appreciate you guys. I love you all. Yep, absolutely. And that's, you just touched on a really important point. Um, Neurodivergent people tend to lean into that childlike side a little bit more than neurotypical people. Um, the world is stressful. There's a lot of negativity, a lot of garbage. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle and paying bills and always being busy. When was the last time you splashed in a puddle when it was raining? Or laid in the ground and looked at the clouds and picked out shapes in the clouds and what they were, what they looked like? Where's that imaginative side? When was the last time you were out walking and you saw a creek and you just decided to take your shoes off and walk barefoot in the water? Or throw a snowball. Aparla was saying earlier she made a snowman. When was the last time you did that? Or went sledding or made a snow angel? There's so many childlike things that as adults we tend to look at and be like, oh, that's immature. Oh, I don't have time for that. Make time for it. Lean into that a little bit. It's good for the soul. It really is. Last 3 weeks of your job if you don't perform well. Ooh, you got lots going on. Yeah, no, absolutely. And again, you're hitting it right there on the head. It's what I was talking about earlier in that self discovery, rediscovery, being mindful of where you're at and where you want to be. You know, I've had a lot of jobs. I can't say I've had a job that I didn't like. I made jobs enjoyable, or the people that I worked with made jobs enjoyable. But I haven't had a job that I really saw myself in long term, with the exception of maybe one. And unfortunately, that company went under and went bankrupt, and that just is what it is. We all got laid off. Um, but it's hard for me to be like, oh, this is what I want for a career. And I've never been career minded. I know it's a horrible thing to say, and I'm not encouraging people to just fly by the seat of their pants and not try to have a career and make a living and have a retirement. But my brain just has never functioned that way, and my mom was very much the same way. It's that free spirit. It's that dedication to doing for others. My time is best served being there for other people, doing for other people, helping other people. And that's just always kind of been the way it is. And every job that I've been at, I've done these things. Unfortunately, I've run a lot of jobs that went out of business. There's nothing I could do about that. I've never been fired. Lots of layoffs because the jobs were going under, and there's nothing I can really do about it. I talk to and work with a lot of veterans, Pat. That's some of the interviews and the people that I will be having over on this kind of podcast style to discuss mental health things will be veterans. When I say mental health, it encompasses everybody. I talk to a lot of people that are solely focused on veterans, that it's only about the 22 a day. I see a bigger picture. It's heartbreaking that we lose that many veterans a day, but that's just a small portion of how many people we lose every day to suicide, or to addictions, to drugs, to overdoses, to whatever. There's so much to mental health and that awareness. Yeah, I absolutely have. And this is something that, each time I've gone through these really dark phases and come out the other side, it's the one thing that I've always seen and I've always said is I fight. I'm not going to quit fighting. There are moments in my very weakest where I feel like it and I want to, and thankfully the attempts in the past have failed. But I'm not going to give up. I have way too much fight left in me. But the fight isn't just for myself, and that's, I think, where it's a little different now. Is I'm fighting to get this message out for other people like myself or like you guys, like this community. And that is what hopefully will keep me going. I'm fighting for Mrs. Jack Fry. I'm fighting for, knock on wood, our future kids. I'm fighting for the pets that we have in the future. I have a lot to live for. I have a lot to lose. And this is something that I wish everybody would see, and I hope everybody starts to see. We all have a lot to lose. Even at your lowest moments, even when you feel completely defeated and alone, you still have a lot to lose. And, my goal is to change the world. I may not change the world for everybody, but if we can help save one person from suicide, from mental health, from addiction, from that darkness, from that struggle, and help them see the strength in themselves, then we have in fact changed the world, because the world is different, the world is better with each of them in it. It's better with Pat in it, it's better with Shaddam in it, it's better with Mrs. Jack Fry, it's better with Jack Fry in it, it's better with me, it's better with Andre. And that's something I'm trying to really get out there and portray, is the world would be different, and it is different every time we lose somebody. Absolutely, Pat. I know you will. And that's something we'll get into a little bit as well. In other streams, maybe tomorrow we touch on that too, is the ability to reach out to the people you can lean on when you're at your lowest. And that's a big topic to cover. There's a lot to unpack in a very small concept. Pick up a phone. It's a real easy concept. There's a lot to unpack as to why people don't, or why they feel they can't or shouldn't. It's hard, but I know you're there, and I appreciate it, and I love you for that, Pat. Yeah, Michaela, and that's what I mean. Is it's not just about one specific group of suicides. It's not just about one particular group that's struggling with mental health, whether it be veterans or certain age groups. It's all encompassing. Mental health is a struggle for a lot of people. I have my own personal ties into mental health because of my own personal struggles, because of my family and some of them being in the military. So, I have a love for our veterans and for what they go through. I've experienced not the same things, but similar type situations that cause a lot of them PTSD and a lot of their issues. So that's very near and dear to my heart, of course. But children, grandparents, all ages, it really doesn't matter to me. It's something that affects everybody. Men's mental health is huge to me. There's a stigma with men's mental health still. There has been for years, and it's getting a little bit better. There are a lot of people that are advocating for it and pushing for it. Clearly, I'm a guy, so men's mental health is very important to me. But those aren't my only focus. My focus is just a blanket. I have love in my heart for everybody. Just because you're breathing, just because you're alive, I love you. Your life does matter, and the world would be different without you. So, just some things to think about as we're winding down here little by little. And just to kind of throw a small statistic out there, in 2022, 49,000 people died from suicides. And those were confirmed suicides. That's basically one death every 11 minutes. Now, I believe that is just here in the United States. That's not counting suicides in other countries. That's not counting all of the suicide by cops or overdoses that may or may not have been intentional. You know, there's a lot of. It's really hard to pinpoint what that exact number is. But just think about that. Every 11 minutes, one person. It's way too many. And that's, like I said, that's just here in the States. That's not even worldwide. So it's a really bad phenomenon. I mean, it shouldn't be the way that it is. Those numbers should not be that high. So, yeah, it's like I said, guys, it's a hard thing. It's heartbreaking. Um, Not to go down a huge route, because like I said, we are starting to wind down tonight. This is something we can get into a little bit more carefully, but we can get into a little bit more tomorrow or in other streams. But we're going to see a very large increase in suicides over the next few weeks and month with all of the fires in California. People that are losing everything. Will push them to a state of, we'll just call it defeat. And that's heartbreaking. I couldn't imagine what those people are going through. But like I said, that's a topic for another time. And when we do discuss that topic, we are not going to take it in a religious or political route. You know, it's just heartbreaking to lose anything. If you've ever had your car broken into and stuff stolen from you, you know, you feel violated. It's hard. It hurts. It's devastating. But then you put that onto a larger scale and you lose everything. Your clothes, your pets, pictures, you know, everything that you identified your history, your life with is just gone. I couldn't imagine. Absolutely couldn't imagine. Yep, a lot of them on New Year's. A lot of them around Valentine's, believe it or not. I do believe, though, it was more so than New Year's, as far as like overall months and everything, it's not wintertime. It was like April, May, and June are some of the biggest months for suicides. There's so many statistics to it, so much research. Hello, Bug. Welcome back. We are starting to wind down tonight. I hope you've been having a good night. If you were gaming with T-Dog, I hope you had a blast. I think we are going to raid out tonight. Shark Knight's on, which would be awesome. But I think we're actually going to raid out Heroin tonight. Be right back, breakfast time. No worries. I'm going to say goodnight. We are going to wind down. Like I said, we're going to raid out Heroin. Stay in, say hello to her. She's awesome. I got to meet her in Las Vegas at TwitchCon. Super, super, super awesome person. So we will jump over to say hi to her. Thank you all for jumping in tonight. I love you all. We will see you all hopefully tomorrow afternoon at 12 p.m. Mountain Time. And on that note, have a wonderful and fabulous and amazing night. I'm going to have to jump over to this one quick. Uno momento, por favor. Pat on YouTube, have a good night. Much love, dude. I will message you a little bit later tonight or tomorrow or sometime. Thanks for jumping in as always. I appreciate it. And we will talk with everybody soon. Sounds good, Bug. Have a wonderful night, everybody.
Shout outs. Hi, Fish